We're back and we're all over the place. Couple things real quick. I'm finally premiering the new promo for Two Skeptical Chaps that features all three of them. And I want to send out a big thank you to everyone who checked in on me after my surgery. Speaking of that, they say the human head weighs 8 pounds. Keep listening to find out what else does. Welcome to Pitney and Amelia's Bitchin' Boutique.
We may be awful, but
we're right.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're back. It's been like a month, I guess. We skipped 2, so
I think we skipped 2. Yeah, it's been about a month.
yeah. So
And we've both been crazy with things, but yours was different than mine, but still crazy.
yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that we did it because being able to not have anything to do, not have anything to keep me really busy. I mean, I still had plenty to do just so that I wasn't just laying there staring at the TV all the time. So I feel like I've been semi-productive, even though I'm trying not to think of myself in terms of being productive.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that capitalistic mindset out of there. But it was really good for me to not have to have this whole, I mean, even just getting back to recording this one was like, okay, shit, we gotta get, I mean, like, I was just like, fuck, we're getting there, oh my God, we have to start. And it's like,
I know, and it's weird without having, it's just like, I am, my mom thinks I don't do anything, but I am constantly busy.
Yeah.
And between all of her stuff and all this, we'll talk about all the crazy stuff that's been going on over here later. It's just like, I haven't gotten a fucking break, you know? I haven't had a day off. In fact, tomorrow I'm actually going to have a day off of everything.
And just flat refuse to do anything. Yeah.
Because I completely canceled round 2 of my dental work that was supposed to start tomorrow.
Just to keep...
I canceled that, and I was like, I am not doing that for another few weeks. I need a break. Yeah. Because I was 9 dentist appointments in, 2 months?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it. And that tomorrow will be the only day, because my mom has been running me ragged. Mm-hmm. And then my work schedule has been so crazy and cockamamie, because they're cutting hours, but then want me to work days I don't normally work to make up for somebody that's calling in. And it's just, it's been fucking nuts. And you know me, I don't like change.
Yeah. I like to think of myself as someone who's cool with change, but if I'm being honest, I know that I don't.
Well, basically, I don't like anything other than laying on my bed or laying on the couch, be honest.
I mean,
but
sure.
I'm not going to lie.
I mean, during my recuperation period, I mean, as long as I think I can do it as long as I'm doing it for a reason, which probably is my fucking broken brain. But staying in bed for a couple weeks there at the beginning, I mean, it was easy to do because I was tired and I kept falling asleep all the time because my body was healing. But fuck, I mean, it was my job to do nothing. And I think because I'm too fidgety normally. As sedentary as most people would think that I am, the truth is I don't like being still. I need to be doing something in order to sit still. In order to sit in a place or lay down, I have to be doing something. Like for a purpose. And it's, oh, my brain. Thank God I have therapy later.
Well, for me, video games are a purpose. The purpose of progressing in the story.
Well, and I was, I was kind of stuck in the bedroom. I didn't even go downstairs we came home after I had my surgery. I went straight upstairs, and I didn't come back down for like 2 weeks at all. Like I had,
that I would go crazy with that too. Yeah,
but I
wow,
also
that's
was
crazy.
being served, which
Yeah.
I mean, I think I mentioned before that like that's that was part of the plan, was that much like when I had my other surgery 5 years ago, Feely and Elle just made all my meals, and I mean I have a whole setup in the bedroom now with these little like TV tray tables, and I sit on the ottoman at the end of the bed. And I don't like even my nighttime pills that I've been taking for years. Like I have like a pill box next to my bed. Now it's at the foot of my bed with the little tables because it's too much, like sitting things on the bed, but I'm also sitting on the bed means that things fall and roll toward, like pills roll toward me and things. And it's like, no. I'm going to sit over there because I have a thing now. And I watched so much TV on the TV in that room. Like I learned how to use the fucking Roku remote.
Oh yeah.
I watched so much shit. I watched like weird documentaries, and I watched the old Grey Gardens movie, which I texted you about, because I've always wanted to see that, and god damn it. I mean, there's just so much weird shit out there, but it's like I'm kind of I have a lot of stuff I need to get going on, and it's like, now I'm like, okay, I'm back to work. Whatever work is for me now, which will be other things because I no longer work. But
oh, I'm so jealous.
I mean, I would be in so much torture. Like friends who are still there, so many. I mean, I'll just very quickly say that the DERP, which was the DRP thing, which was the official name of what the fork in the road became.
Oh, yeah.
DERP 2.0 happened, and so many other friends of mine are like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Didn't they rehire a bunch of people and then told them to go again? Or is that a different agency?
That may be another agency. What they should have done...
It's all just so convoluted, I just don't even pay attention.
They got rid of... Well, what they did was that, like, they couldn't legally fire a lot of the people, so they just put them on the same administrative leave that I'm on.
Yeah.
Everything about the DERP, like, it works fine for us, but it's terrible for the organization because we're still on the books, so we're kind of still working there, even though we're not there.
Yeah.
So things that, well, my name, or, not me necessarily, but say a manager that I know who left.
Yeah.
His name is still on the books. He is still listed as the manager of all these people, even though he's not there. He wanted to be there. They wouldn't let him stay till September, and everything is fucked up. Because, well, your manager has to do that. Well, this thing says this guy is your manager. Yeah, well, he retired.
Oh,
if it was a normal retirement, everything would have gone through so that he wouldn't be listed. But because all of this was rushed through, so the new DERP is slightly different. But it also, I won't go into all of that, but I know so many people who've taken it now. Because the people who were like, oh, but I don't want to leave, I don't want to retire, I'm not ready for that yet. They've put up with the last few months of bullshit, and they're like, no, I gotta go. This is not good.
Are they still doing that nonsense of you have to give us 5 things you accomplished this week or something? Or did that go by the wayside?
They had to stop that because the email account, apparently the inbox, got so full. Not only because employees were doing it, and this is not just my agency, it's all the agencies, but also those email addresses can be emailed by anyone.
Oh, so people were
oh my god,
probably flooding it with anti-Musk and anti-Doge stuff.
People were signing them up. People
fabulous.
Were signing them up for mailing lists. I mean, not necessarily employees, but it's all been really
fabulous.
Everything about it's been really, really stupid. And but the friends I have who are still there because they have no eligibility to take these things are having to deal with just utter insanity. And they're just trying to, like, just put their noise canceling headphones on, just concentrate on their work, and you know, I mean, it's terrible. But a lot of us, I mean, those of us who left, I mean, I definitely did it for my own sanity, because I knew I would not survive staying there.
Oh no.
Because there was no grand idea of let's all work together to make this a better organization or anything. It was, no, you do what you're told. I mean, I won't even go into the detail, but an entire organization within the agency yesterday morning was told that they had till noon to pack up their shit and get out. That they were basically, it was like the reduction in force that's coming. There's laws and rules and procedures about how to do a RIF.
Oh,
these people
God.
were not RIF'd. They were fired. An entire organization nationwide within the IRS was just told to pack up their shit and go. And it's like,
now, is that Doge, or is that coming from the Trump administration? Because isn't Doge kind of gone away?
I don't know. No, they're not. They're still there. I mean, they may not. I mean, they just did a big like interview thing on Fox, where fucking big balls.
See, I thought Elon was out of favor with Rump.
I mean, you know, he pitched a big hissy fit and got in a huge screaming match with Scott Bessent, the new Treasury Secretary, right outside the Oval Office. And but
oh, how fabulous!
Oh, there's so much shit. There's so much shit. And I won't go into it too much, but I will say that all along I have believed that it's worth looking into. Like, I've been telling media people, like, passing little bits of information on about when someone who is in a very high position of power in the federal government, and Doge comes in and says, we want access to whatever, or we're going to do this, and they say, the hell you are, and they stand up to Doge, and they don't give in, and they don't give in, and they don't give in.
Good.
And then, a couple weeks later, they suddenly resign, and now Doge just gets to barrel through and do what they want. My theory has been all along that people are being threatened.
Oh, I'm
like
sure.
Mob-style threatened, like, oh, nice family you have, it'd be a horrible thing if something happened to them. And
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
But I just found out through, I won't say how or specifically what, but I will say, and this wasn't necessarily an IRS person, but it was a federal person who came into work one day, and there were, like, photographs taped to their door, the door of their office, and those photographs were, like, of their house and of, like, a drone taking pictures of them in their neighborhood and pictures of them in front of their house and whatever. And it's with no words. It was like the first stage of a threat of, we know where you fucking live, and we know where your family is. And it's like, that was like stage one of a series of threats. So my theory, in at least one case, has come true, and apparently, and the person who this happened to, has reported all of this to Congress, and they're demanding an investigation into the threats, their personal threats.
They're not going to, because Congress is so up Trump's ass. They
not everyone in Congress. I'm just saying. As long as we keep applying pressure, as long as we keep doing what we're supposed to do, because the only people who actually have power are us.
I know, because until we get these fucking Republicans out of there, by any means necessary, things aren't going to change.
And I'll say one other thing.
They're going to get worse.
I'm going to paraphrase a thing. You know, there's all these great accounts on social media like alt National Park Service, alt Space Force, alt, like all these government agencies, but there's like this whole group of people who are employed by the federal government but anonymously work together. There's a whole coalition of people, like thousands of them all over the country, and they are keeping people informed on what's going on, letting us know who to contact, things like that. Well, one of them, and I can't remember, I think it wasn't the National Park Service, but it was one of the national parks had an alt account. And they made the greatest analogy. I'm going to paraphrase it as quickly as I can. Like, if you're thinking, whoever you are, if you think, oh, well, there's nothing I can do. I don't have any power. I don't have any ability to disrupt things. Picture a Lego. Picture a little Lego. And now picture that Lego on your floor and you step on it with a bare foot. That little bitty Lego just really caused a problem for that foot.
Yeah.
Now imagine thousands of Legos, like, covering the floor. Each one individually could cause a little bit of pain. But if there's Legos all over your floor, you cannot walk through that room in bare feet without hurting yourself.
Yeah, but I was also thinking, it's so funny when you were saying that, I was thinking of my big Fallout Lego project that I had done a couple months ago.
Okay.
And if there's one fucking piece missing in that whole thing, the whole thing falls.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. If all of us people protesting are Legos in the whole thing's going to crumble. And it may be the Legos that were defective were the minority, but it's still going to bring the majority of them down.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping is going to happen.
And the cool thing with the analogy is that, Legos, even on their own, can really fuck up your foot, but Legos can also build a thing. And it's like, whether you're a loose Lego on the floor or you're a Lego that's part of an organization that's building, you're still disrupting what's going on. And honestly, that's why we have the Coven. That's why we're doing this stuff. This episode is going to have stuff about really fucking disrupting stuff that anyone can do, and it's genius, and we'll go into that later.
Are you aware of first of all, that bullshit on June 16th? Where our wannabe dictator wants to have that ridiculous military parade.
Oh yeah, he just happens to want to have it on his birthday.
I'm so fucking pissed off that the army even agreed. They should have just flat out been like, no, we're fucking not doing this. It's a waste of resources. It's stupid. This goes again anyway. But there was another massive 50-51 protest on that day nationwide. Mm-hmm. And there's a veteran protest.
Oh, yeah.
That is going to Washington, D.C. that's looking to be over 1 million people.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of people on the route of this ridiculous parade to try to disrupt it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the other thing that's going on that day.
Yeah, so, and I'm calling in sick to that day.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking going.
Yeah.
And Target can just eat it.
The other thing that's going on, if you want to contribute to just fucking with things on that day, but you can't go somewhere, you can't devote time, what you can do, because this is happening, because it's the Orange Butthole's birthday, and he wants only people to praise him, he wants everything to be about him, on your social media accounts, wherever they are, however many you have, post pictures of Obama.
Oh, how fabulous.
And maybe Biden, and maybe Hillary Clinton, and, just post the picture, just do nothing but post pictures of anyone who would upset him. Obama being the obvious choice, but...
Oh, how fabulous.
I mean, it's just...
But I hope it gets so disrupted, but what I'm afraid of, it's going to get really disrupted, his fucking military parade, because, you know, he's dying to turn the military on citizens.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And he may use that as an excuse.
Like, if someone gets out... I really would love it. I mean, he wants tanks going down the street. But what he doesn't understand about tanks is that our streets are not built to have tanks drive down them.
Yeah, there's going to have to be $1 million of repair on the streets. But he doesn't care.
Even when they arrange to have a couple of tanks be... like, flank a stage when he did a thing, like at the Lincoln Memorial or something, they had to be brought in on trucks and then, like, put on, like, wooden, like, huge planks of wood and then placed carefully. Like, they weren't touching the ground. Because their treads are designed to dig the hell into whatever they're rolling over. Because they're not meant to go down streets. But...
he doesn't care.
But I would love...
he doesn't care.
I would love, like, people to just... I mean, if there's big, you know, machines going down the street, I would love people to just walk out and stand in front of them. And Tiananmen Square.
And I hope
bullshit,
that happens.
You know? I mean...
and I do not want anybody to be shot or killed, but he's dying to do that.
He wanted to do it
and this
last time he was in office.
Might be an excuse for him to do it because, it's going to be obstructing the military. And I do think that if that happens, well, it would be a horrible tragedy.
Yeah.
That would really set the fucking bomb on fire.
Yeah, because it'll be televised. It'll be...
get him the fuck out.
It'll be this... I mean, many people... I mean, it really is only the fringiest who are diehard Trumpies. It's the fear of other people to stand up to him that we have to fight. And that's why a lot of my, a lot of the mail that I send and stuff is like, stop being a pussy, stand up to this. You're just, you're going to let the country go to shit because you can't stand up to him. What a fucking useless little child you are. We should send adults to Washington,
Yeah, but I really think he might use this as an excuse to do what he's always wanted to do and use the military to shoot protesters. Yeah.
But that's even more of a reason to do it. It's even more of a reason to get out there.
If he does it, which would be horrible, I think that would be the last straw.
Yeah.
And the country would go fucking wild against him.
And those people would be, like, martyrs for the cause, and we will name buildings after them and whatever. Once, because that will be like the shot heard around the world shit,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Welcome to the Skeptical Chaps with myself, Spike, and my esteemed co-hosts, Dr. Dan and Ollie.
Hello. Hello.
Every episode we're on to know about anything from news, social media, politics, current affairs, absolutely anything that annoys or delights us. And if you're underage or easily offended, you probably should not be listening. But Dr. Dan wants you to listen anyway.
Give it a go.
Thank you.
We've been contacted by the Bitchin' Boutique.
Oh, hello.
Bitchin' Boutique. They have a little jingle that they play for us, apparently.
Yes.
I think they're saying it's a bit out of date now. And they said, could we send them a new one? Can we make them a new one? And I'm thinking, we're far too lazy and disorganised to do that. So if you want to take a clip from this, right now what I'm saying, and play that in your podcast, Bitchin' Boutique, we'd be fine with that.
I support this message.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, thank you for listening to the Bitchin' Boutique podcast, whatever the hell that's about. I don't know what they're talking about in this episode, but I'm sure I agree with it. And, listen to us as well.
Yes, we're the
Skeptical Chaps.
We're the three Skeptical Chaps, but there's only two of us.
And if you don't...
Two Skeptical Chaps, but there's three of us.
How very dare you.
Is the Bitchin' Boutique still bitching?
Diplomatic community.
About my experience. not saving it. All right, so you just had to quickly respond to a text.
Yeah, and oh my God, Mom, because there's this dreaded family reunion going on at the end of June, which I think I've mentioned before on the show, or maybe not.
I don't know if I know about a family reunion.
Yeah, it's like all of my cousins from the United States are coming. Washington, Dallas, San Diego. The San Diego cousin being the one I'm not talking to anymore because she's a goddamn Trumpy.
Right.
And then I have cousins that are coming from Norway.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Who have given up their U.S. citizenship because they hate Trump. Or are going to give up their U.S. They haven't.
Because they weren't going to move back anyway. Yeah.
So what they're going to do, they are going to apply. They applied for permanent residency, right? Yeah. And if they get that, the plan is to renounce their U.S. citizenship.
God, that's amazing.
Which I think is fabulous. Oh. But anyway, they're going to be here. If I could do it, man.
If I could just change my citizenship.
And for some ungodly reason, fucking Angeline decided that this was all going to be at my house.
Oh, God. Why?
Rather than have it be at her house because it's her family and everybody can just fly there.
Right. Oh, God.
But it's going to be at my house.
Does your mother...
So I'm going to have...
So this is why your mother's freaking out right now?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm going to have 20 plus people.
Oh, my God. It should be at a neutral location.
6 children.
It should be... Like, pick a hotel, everyone stay at the same hotel, that's it.
Yes.
When we had family reunions, we always did it at a hotel because everybody has to travel. That way you make even the locals travel.
I know, but they're all... So, the Trumpy is staying here at my house.
Oh, God damn it.
For a week.
God damn it.
And then all of the others got Airbnbs in the neighborhood. So they're coming and they told my mother... Well, Auntie Rosalie will just have every meal at your house.
God damn it! Oh, I hate that so much.
With no fucking consideration to me.
Or anyone. It's not fair to your mom. It's not fair to you. That's just, oh my God, I would be so...
Oh no, Mom is loving it. She can't wait.
Because she's not inconvenienced by all of this?
And she loves it. And she has no concept of how awful that's going to be for me. Like, one is, you've been in my house.
Sure.
It's small.
It has one bathroom.
There's wood floors. Every noise fucking echoes in here. Yeah. And I know from visits before... Mm-hmm. They all get up and start cooking breakfast at 7, making a racket.
Which is right outside your bedroom door.
Everything, yes, which is essentially right outside my bedroom door. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be for a fucking week. And on the day of, which I've been told in no uncertain terms I need to take that day off of work and need to be here, there is going to be 24 people here and 6 children.
Oh, God. I think if they're getting an Airbnb at a house in the neighborhood, they should host. They should be at least be everyone in the neighborhood hosts a meal a day, so that everybody has to actually do something.
Oh God, I know.
There's not. You don't have enough chairs in your house for that many people to be there at the same time.
That. Okay, so they're bringing easy ups to put in the backyard. And tables and chairs.
Oh my God.
But then I'm also like, it's probably going to be 100 degrees at the end of June.
Yeah, easily. Oh, fuck.
So everybody's going to be in my fucking house. The big thing is only 2 days.
But
everybody else is going away after 2 days, right?
Oh my God.
But it's still a week with Angeline and Joanne. Which is going, whatever, I can ignore them, but it's going to be noisy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have I'm basically going to be stuck in my room.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have to put the dog in daycare because, he's grouchy around kids.
Right.
So I'm going to have to put the dog in daycare for those Friday and Saturday of the 2 big days. And anyway, but Mom is being the busy bee.
Mm-hmm.
And is on fucking fire we need to get everything looking nice for the...
Is that why she's...
And blah, blah,
is
blah.
that why she's tearing up perfectly good plants in the backyard and replacing them with other
she's
plants?
tearing up perfectly good plants and throwing her back out.
She was so proud of her garden a couple years ago when I was there and she was telling me about all of her plants. And I know they're all perfectly fine. I know they're not dead.
I know. But she paid to have the goddamn patio steam cleaned.
like it's gonna stay clean until June.
Yeah,
Ugh.
And then I had to repaint the wood strips on the patio with redwood stain. Even though I did that last year, I had to do that again.
Yeah.
And then she hired a professional window washer to come for $250 to wash all the outside windows.
Oh, God.
And then on top of that, because her ceiling fan makes noise...
Oh, God.
She wanted a new ceiling fan, which is fine. We'll get a new ceiling fan. It's $100. Not a big deal.
Sure.
We can have it put in. But since she liked the contractors that tore out the cabinetry that didn't need to be torn out, she rehired those way overpriced fucking contractors to put up the ceiling fan.
Well, ceiling fans have gotten much more complicated. We had to have an electrician put ours up. We thought we could do it, but apparently, no, we can't.
Yeah. But it's going to involve redoing part of the ceiling and doing a fill and repainting the ceiling.
Oh, God.
And then if this doesn't get worse, if this gets worse, then the final straw is, which is going to really fucking piss me off, my fucking bedroom window.
Right.
There's a crack on the outside of the double pane.
Okay. Oh, no.
Which is fine. It doesn't leak.
Yeah.
It's fine. Mom is insisting on having it replaced, and it's $2,000 fucking dollars.
Oh, my God. And it faces the backyard. It's not like it faces the street.
And that is going to be huge fucking upheaval for me. Because it's my fucking bedroom window.
Oh my God.
Which means they're going to have to rip it out. They're going to have to repaint that wall in my room.
It's going to affect the wall inside?
Yeah, they have to take the whole window out.
Oh, I guess I don't know how windows work.
Yeah, no, they're not replacing the glass. They have to take the whole window out.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And I'm just like, oh my God, Mom, you are making me fucking insane. And that. So I thought I talked her out of replacing the carpet in the garage for no reason.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
Well, guess what? It's being replaced next week.
Well, no, wait. I thought that the last thing I remembered was that you were going to let her do it. I thought that's in the last episode. I thought.
Yeah, we did.
But that was a while ago.
But then she decided that, we're not going to do this. It's just, it doesn't really need to be done.
And then which
made me happy.
But now that suddenly you have 20 people coming.
Yeah, so I was down with that. But not with all the rest of this stuff.
Right.
I mean, the ceiling fan, fine. Hire somebody to come put it in. Don't hire the expensive construction company.
Oh my God.
To come and do this shit, that shit, and the other shit.
Are they? So they're going to do the window too? Oh,
yes.
God.
It is insane.
Oh my God.
And she is just looking for more things to waste thousands of dollars on.
Right.
And it just fucking irks me.
Oh, fuck yes. Yeah. Oh, yes.
And it's like, do you not realize what an upheaval that is for me? To have that fucking window taken out of my wall.
And it's not like it can be just popped back up really quickly.
Yeah, and I got a shelf on the wall with a bunch of stuff on it that's right next to the window. I'm gonna have to take everything down. I'm gonna have to move everything. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And the fact that I'm gonna have to have people in my room really pisses me off, because this is the only space that's in the whole world that's mine.
Right.
And it's going to be invaded, and I'm not pleased.
Oh, god damn it.
But in the meantime, it's this whole, every day is like something ridiculous thing that I have to do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, anyway, it's just been an ongoing... And dealing with that on top of all my dental work.
Oh, yeah.
It's not been a good thing.
Right.
And I've held it together with pills.
Pills are great.
That is the only thing that's holding me from getting in a fight, which I do not want that to happen, because...
I love my pills.
If it really starts, it'll be a 3-day long thing, and I just
at least, yeah.
go there.
Or not
anyway.
Continuous until the end of June.
Yeah,
God
so that's
damn
what's
it.
going on over... That's what's going on over here.
And I won't reveal anything, but I will say, because it is something I wanted to mention during this episode. The next episode's going to be special, but we can't tell you yet why it's going to be special. But I will say that its specialness will involve a short period of relaxation for Pitney.
Which I really
Yes.
need.
But we cannot go further into that yet. So y'all will find out ASAP. Oh my god.
Yeah, so...
A very gifted horror writer who can scare you shitless. Her imagination is second to none. Fantastic Victorian ghost stories. Jane Nightshade, the horror author who's been called the Countess of Creep and the Queen of Indie Horror. A Scream Full of Ghosts. Serial Encounters. The Drowning Game. And coming later this year, Ghosts Never Leave and Hellbound Highway. The horror fiction of Jane Nightshade has been collected in more than 3 books, with tales in over 40 anthologies, magazines, and podcasts. Enter a world of the macabre, the strange, and the quietly terrifying with the horror fiction of Jane Nightshade. Available wherever online books are sold.
Okay, so y'all know about all the cancer shit with me. An additional thing that was happening was, and some of it started like 7 years ago, but it was so just weird and little, and I didn't think it was what it was, and it all kind of ballooned. So, right before I got my cancer diagnosis, I found out that I have carpal tunnel, like pretty fucking severe in both hands. And like I can't, there's a lot of like fine dexterity things that I can't do anymore. I mean, one thing this is going to sound dumb, but this is a thing. On Halloween, when I'm reaching into the big thing of candy to give candy to a kid, I always would pick up a sucker and I pick up another piece of candy, because that's how I do my candy. Well, I couldn't feel what I was picking up. And I could pick up things, but I didn't know what they were until I could look at them. Because that's how bad carpal tunnel can get. And it just, every aspect of my life. I drop things all the time. I literally have a crack on the screen of my phone. I have never in my life broken a phone screen before. I have this tiny little spider webby thing in the corner and these little hairline cracks. Horrible. But anyway, I had to postpone dealing, surgery on this because I knew that I had a diagnosis, I had biopsy results coming, which literally happened the next day. And so it wasn't until yesterday that I got an additional test done on my hands, which was to go to a nervous system rehab testing place and have an ulnar nerve. Oh damn it! What's the word?
The nerve study.
It's like the nerve conduction.
Yeah,
and
because I had to have that done one time and I hated it.
And I gotta say it was I thought I was only gonna have it done on my left arm. They were like, hey, while we have you, we really should do some things on the right arm too. And that was fine. I will say one thing. I mean, nothing better than getting to a thing like a really, really early in the morning. I mean, 8 o'clock's not really, really early, but all the way across town in rush hour traffic on a day when it's storming. And then when the doctor came into the room, she said, yeah, I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to have my phone nearby, just in case, because, we're under a tornado watch right now. And I'm like, I just feel so relaxed. Okay, fine. So, you had told me, Pitney, that when you got it done, that it was, I believe the way you described it was the worst experience of your life.
Oh yeah, I hated it.
Now, describe to me what they did to you that was terrible.
Okay, so they put all these little needles in my hand between all my fingers.
Okay.
Between my thumb, in the muscle, between the thumb joint and, like the side of your palm. They put all these little needles.
Okay.
And then they connected them to all these electrodes.
Okay.
And then they did this thing where they shocked each one. And would make everything twitch while they were listening on a headphone.
Okay. Yeah, that is not what they did to me.
Oh, see, that's what I had.
I mean, there was a point where they were sticking needles in me, but that was...
Oh, no, I had a handful of little needles.
I mean, I wouldn't have had a problem with that because I used to get acupuncture all the time.
Yeah, and they called it a nerve study.
Okay, well...
so I had something different.
So, the majority of what I had done, I did have some needles. I wasn't looking at it, though, because I was laying down and I had to have my arm positioned in such a way where he could do all the stuff. But the first part...
totally different.
The first part was, they with, like, the little stickers, like the little electrodes on stickers, like when you're getting, like, an EKG or whatever. In different places on my hands, and he would move them from time to time. And he had this device that had like 2 prongs on it. It basically looked like a taser. And before he did it to me, he demonstrated it on himself. He said, so what's going to happen is I'm going to put this against your skin and I'll hit the button and it'll make like a popping sound. And he goes, it's basically this. And he does it like on his palm or whatever. And then like 2 of his fingers go beep, 2 of his fingers jump when he does it.
Yeah.
And so seeing him do that made me go, okay. And every time he did it, it would be like a small click and then a bigger click and a bigger click and a bigger click. And so, but it was only just like making, 1 finger at a time or 2 fingers just contract and flick back and forth. And he did it all over my hand and he did it down my arm and, measured the amperage or whatever of what the signals were, like between where he was shocking me and where the little stickers were on me with their electrodes. Eventually he took those off. He did some like right on my elbow, like pressing into my elbow to hit that funny bone nerve and stuff and shoot things down, which was making my whole hand go bleh. But I gotta say, even when they were sticking little needles directly into the muscle so that it could test the nerve, like like it could measure the effect that the nerve had on certain muscles. Even with that, it was utterly fine. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say it was pleasant.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It really, I think a big part of a lot of this stuff is like I have been living with so much weird, I mean, it's like somehow numbness and pain at the same time in my hands, and also in my left hand. The reason why they had to do that study and didn't just say, oh, it's carpal tunnel, we'll just do this. In my left hand, I have an additional thing where every so often my hand, like, imagine you're just sitting there minding your own business and then someone sets your hand on fire.
Okay.
That will wake me up in the middle of the night. That will do. And the thing is, it doesn't matter whether I have a brace on, because it's not necessarily coming from my wrist. It's
yeah, and so they're addressing that as well then.
That aspect of it was completely why I had to go do that.
Oh,
because
okay.
The original thing, they already knew, the hand specialist already knew that I had carpal tunnel. But because I had the additional thing in my left hand of the catching fire, that's why that test had to get done. I will say that the storm was bad. The tornadoes never happened. Many inches of rain were falling, and luckily we sort of it just, I think, like the direction that it was going compared to the direction we were driving when we were leaving, that made it good. Luckily, Felianelle was doing the driving, even though the day before I had done some test driving, my first driving since the boob operation. And because even just being I'm not a good passenger in a car generally. It makes me very tense because I'm used to
I know.
I'm used to being the one driving.
I know.
But it's just, my husband, it's like usually when the two of us are in a car, I'm usually the one driving, cuz it's been my car. I buy the car and then he uses it sometimes. Has been how this has worked because we've only had one car for quite a while. And being able to drive the other day was fantastic, and I am really looking forward to being able to go out and do things again and not have to drag him with me.
Oh, good.
But so so my hands, so I will have to schedule hand surgery soon. But of course I'm in the middle of healing from one kind of surgery, so I'm probably gonna
put it off for a little bit.
Yes. I could have the hand surgery. Like, the hand surgery won't be affected by the eventual radiation treatments and things that I'm gonna have, but just the healing from the boob surgery. Oh, I should just say, because this hasn't come out. So when I had a post-operative follow-up with my surgeon, and I was informed that I got essentially 4 pounds of boob on each side taken out. Mm-hmm. And yet, my boobs are still pretty fucking huge. I mean, they're not. I look down and I think they're incredibly small. But in reality, they're still way bigger than my hands.
Yeah, but when you showed me on the video call...
Yes, I made a point of standing up and turn to the side.
I was like, oh my goodness, that is a huge difference.
Yeah, they're not sticking out a mile. And it doesn't help that I have, thanks to menopause and God knows what, I have grown a stomach that makes me look pregnant. So now, not only do I have boobs and stomach sticking out, but I have boobs are way back here. And I look down and I see my stomach, and I don't like that. Because I couldn't see past my boobs before.
Yeah. Well, it's something to work on.
It is. And I am I've never been like, oh, I really need to lose weight. But I don't like the fact I've actually gained weight since I had the surgery. I'm back up to the weight that I was before they removed 8 pounds of flesh from me. And I'm like, but my body is working so hard to heal from the surgery. Yeah. I lost 8 pounds laying in bed when I had the hysterectomy.
Yeah.
And that was that was a total of 9, but 1 pound of that was my uterus, which is not supposed to weigh a pound. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so,
Well, I'll buy you some old videos and Richard Simmons, and you can sweat to the old days.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
The year of personal power.
Attention, bitches and witches.
Please take your places in the circle.
Gather son and gather daughter. Gather earth, air, fire, water. Raise up energy en masse so we can kick some MAGA ass.
Welcome everyone to this meeting of the Coven. We now enter the season of fire. It is a time of passion, transformation, and cleansing. And boy, do we need all these things right now. Let's all commit, through action, to use the fire energy to transform this country into a safe and just place again. However, none of us can forget that fire is destruction as well, which in and of itself is not a bad thing, because it always leads to new beginnings. But be mindful to not burn out or self-harm. Too much news, too much focus on negative things can burn us out. Balance passion and action for our political reason, but use those things for personally enriching endeavors as well. We have to be our best to be our best selves for the world. The affirmation for this meeting is, my inner fire is strong, and I use it to create positive change. Now say it aloud with me. My inner fire is strong, and I use it to create positive change. And once again, my inner fire is strong, and I use it to create positive change. Say this over and over and over in the next couple weeks. It will make a difference. Have a creative and fruitful fire season, and blessed be to all.
Get inspired! So, we missed Beltane. Sorry about that. But cancer waits for no bitch. But because I spent a month or so in bed, conserving my energy so my body could use every bit of it to heal from my surgery, I learned some things. Allowing myself to rest, really rest, gave my mind the space it needed to give me inspiration. And it couldn't have come at a better time, because I've got so much stuff coming up this summer. And between all my usual projects and the political protesting and all the other good trouble I want to get into, my brain has been fried. I've been really stuck. Like, my brain would tell me, oh, you can do this, of course you can. But then it would give me nothing in the way of how I would do things. And you probably don't have a month to stay in bed, but I still want you to find a way to benefit from a good, deep rest. And I think I've found it. All you need is some paper, a pencil, a small, smooth stone, and a bit of quiet time. If you can't find a stone that can glide on the paper, maybe you've got one of those colorful, flat glass marbles, that they make to fill vases, or something else that's smooth and round with a little bit of weight. Set the paper on the table in front of you. Secure it with a little tape if you want. Set the stone somewhere in the middle, and using the pencil, push the stone across the paper. Let it wander wherever it wants to go. You're just propelling it with that pencil. Don't think there's a special way to do it. Just let that pencil and stone collaborate. And notice the flow of the line that you draw behind it. When you get to the edge of the paper, find the way to use the least amount of effort to turn it around and move it back towards the center. Ideally, you'll do this long enough to fill the paper with random curling lines. But while you're in it, don't think about that. Time is just time. The stone and the pencil are working together, and you are merely providing a push. It's really just another way of meditating. But what I like about this method is that when you're done, you have this drawing. You created something without really thinking about it. This completely unique drawing that somehow came from you, but you didn't control it. Maybe later you can flip the paper over and do it again on that side. See if the experience is different from the first time. And see if relaxing your mind while using a little hand-eye coordination quiets the chatter enough for answers to come through. We've been at this for at least 4 months now. We need our rest as much as we can get, and the most effective that we can get. Because activism isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Take action. When we have fire in our bellies, we have all the energy and determination we need to fight for what we know is right. I don't need to tell y'all how much crazy shit is happening, but I recommend we focus our energy for a bit. Keep doing what you've been doing, whatever it is, especially on the local level, but I'm going to ask y'all to make some snail mail. This fabulous witchy lady, Gina Luker, you can find her on Instagram and elsewhere as The Shabby Creek Cottage, has started a campaign called Project Mailstorm that's designed to throw obstacles in the way of those who intend to harm us. As she wrote in her initial Project Mailstorm Instagram post, emails get deleted, voicemail gets ignored, tweets get buried, but physical mail, it stacks, it lingers, it clogs the system. Every letter has to be scanned, sorted, and logged. And she did some math. The average daily mail at the White House, about 5,000 pieces. Add 10,000 to that, 100,000, 1,000,000 more a day. Utter chaos that they have to deal with. If you can mail daily, great. If you can only do it once a week, she came up with a system for that. If you don't know what to say, she's got stuff you can copy and downloadable templates. She even suggests mailing them a little trash. You get junk mail, mail some of it to the White House. And more recently, she started pushing Freedom of Information Act requests on them, which gives them even more to do than open, read, and log that mail. I'll be linking her in our blog, of course, so you must join her cause and get her newsletter. And hey, while you're going to the blog to get her info, use our little online form to let us know you're out there and what you're working on. One more thing, especially for those who are sending postcards like I do. Postcards add to the mail, but envelopes take up more of their time. So you can keep sending postcards, but just maybe use them for different purposes. For example, I have horrible Republican senators from my state, but my representative in the House is a Democrat, one that recently started appearing on TV, and I'm just going to say that I did tell him about 50 times that I needed him to take up more space in Congress and be one of the voices that we hear. So, you're welcome. But now that I'm sending letters as well as postcards, I'm being careful about whose inbox I'm clogging. If your representatives in Washington are doing good work, maybe send them postcards with praise or support or suggestions. They need to hear from us too, but they don't need us throwing trash on their porches. You got it? Even a message as simple as, I support the courts and must insist this administration abide by their rulings, can be written on multiple postcards and sent to everyone you can think of. Congress, the White House, the Supreme Court, whoever needs to hear your message quickly so they can get back to work. A roll of stamps, a box of cheap envelopes, a bottle of wine, a satchel of attitude, and fire in the belly. Touch grass. If you've been following along with us on the Wheel of the Year and did a little Googling while we were away, you may have read some stuff about Beltane and thought, damn, pagans sure are horny. Giant phallic maypoles, and a lot of focus on procreational human sex. I mean, I love sex and all, but typical heteronormative sex is so exclusionary and limiting. Fertility isn't just about whether or not I can make a baby. It's about creation, invention, innovation, all the cool shit we can do. But this is touch grass, not touch ass. So let's go back to nature for a minute. At the beginning of spring, back when we celebrated Ostara, things were just starting to thaw and turn that corner towards a rebirth. But now we are fully entrenched in springtime, and the world is, well, exploding? Bursting with creation? I'm trying not to use certain types of words, but the truth is, where I live, trees are spooging pollen into the air, and we're all covered in it. Yuck. Anyway, this month, let's use all of our senses to appreciate natural beauty as we search for signs of fertility in the world. Are you starting to notice baby birds? Fledglings lined up on fences practicing their flying? Or what about possums? Baby bunnies? I mean, wouldn't spotting a baby animal totally make your day? And then there's all those plants in bloom. What sorts of bees are you seeing hovering around them? Have you learned to identify different species of bee? My favorites are bumblebees and leafcutters. Very easy to identify and very friendly. And the more you learn about bees, the less you'll be scared of them, I promise. Most bees have no reason to be aggressive with you. And, it's not just bees you'll see out there. It's hummingbirds and butterflies, all our pollinator friends. So this May, have yourself a wander and make friends with some critters. They'll change you in the most marvelous way.
Reflections and journaling. For this meeting's journal exercise, we will be exploring the Temperance Tarot card. I feel that this is the perfect focus for the beginning of getting in touch with the fire element. The imagery of the card is always a figure pouring liquid from one vessel to another, or occasionally shifting energy from one hand to another, symbolizing the need for balance and the mixture of seemingly opposing things. On a personal level, this card can mean many things. Moderate your work-life balance. Drink less, smoke less, focus less on news that brings you down, and moderate it with uplifting or fun things that relate to your personal interests. As someone that has been in therapy for years, one of my major problems is rumination and focus on coulda, shoulda, woulda. This never serves. I always have to strive to focus on what I am doing now and not focusing on the past. Whether the past is good or bad does not matter. I still obsess on past joys, past failures, and I have to consciously pour that joy into the now cup to make me see that now is just as good or better. How many of you fall into that trap as well? This is the perfect focus to aid in crawling out of that cycle. How does this all relate to you? What do you need to balance? What do you need to see from a perspective of both sides to mix together to see the truth? This card is trickier than it seems. It is a major arcana card, which means that it is a karmic card, one that will occur again and again and again as your life progresses. Strong lessons here. Do not lose the lesson to have to do the same thing all over again. Yeah, very familiar. But being aware is half the battle. Think on these things. Meditate on whatever temperance image that I have shared on the blog speaks to you. And focus that positive transforming element of fire as you merge past present, activism fun, work life. Happy journaling and see you again next time. Blessed be. Yeah, so let's move on to our good.
Yes. Do you want to kick us off? Or do you...
Yeah. I will tell you the good thing that happened to me.
Okay.
Because it's just amusing, and it was just a really one of those things I look back on and smile. It's just such a fun, happy memory, just random.
Okay.
Right? And those are rare sometimes. And so I was at work, and this woman, so all the men's underwear, socks, and undershirts are all under lock and key now.
Oh my God.
Because...
Like they're razor blades or something?
Two things. One, people would always fucking open them and then buy the one that they didn't open.
Oh, God damn it.
Because they're like, what does this sock feel like? It's like, it feels like a fucking sock. Just buy it.
And don't you often have, like, display
it.
ones out where that they could touch if they absolutely had
No,
to?
not of that
I guess
stuff.
not of
Well,
socks.
nowadays they'll have, like, a little circle on the package.
Oh, so you can stick your finger in?
But people still, and that, and the fact that the homeless encampment was right across the street from my store,
right.
It was constant theft.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah.
So that is all. So anyway, somebody wanted me to come and unlock the men's underwear. And it was this fabulous woman, probably in her late 70s.
Oh, my God.
I could not tell if she was crazy or if she was homeless or both, or if she was just eccentric.
Okay.
But I had the most delightful interaction with her because she wanted to buy the Pair of Thieves brand silky men's underwear to wear as pajamas.
Right.
Because that's the only thing that felt good on her tush, as she said.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So I was taking out all these packages of Pair of Thieves men's, silky boxers that she was feeling and looking at. But in the meantime, she kept me there for 15 minutes talking to me.
Right.
About, how she has all this military clearance, but now she doesn't, and she had identity theft, and she doesn't have any credit cards anymore because of her identity theft, but she really wants this men's underwear because it's the only thing that makes her comfortable, and she's going to pay cash.
Okay.
And she was going on about her military clearance, and then she was going on about Trump and the tariffs.
Okay.
And
I'm trying to figure out how this is a good thing for you. I'm trying to figure out where we're going.
No, she just kept me talking for like 15 minutes, and she put her hand on my arm, and she's like, "Oh, Pitney, it's so nice to be able to talk to you because you have the same name as my son." And I was like, "Oh, that's nice." And then she proceeded to tell me about her son being in jail and all his arrests. And anyway, so I finally got away. I was like, "So nice to meet you. I really got to go, work."
Right.
And then I saw her later. "Oh, do you have any garden lights? I really need some garden lights for my deck." So I take her over to the the outdoor section. We get her some lights. And of course, it all ended up in reshops because she couldn't afford to buy any. But I just think she wanted someone to talk to.
Yeah, probably.
But she was so sweet and so affectionate, and at the end of after the garden lights, she gave me a big hug and said, "Thank you for talking to me, and I will come and find you again the next time I'm here."
Oh, God.
And it just made me really happy.
Aww.
Because she was just such an old kook, but I couldn't tell, what exactly the situation was.
Right.
But I found it really delightful.
Yeah.
You know?
Her and her tushy.
And she reminded me of Betty J. Jones.
But in a
Because she
good way.
had very prominent chin hairs.
Well, many of us do. Many of us do. Thanks to menopause.
But it just, I was delighted by it.
Yeah.
It just made me feel good because I really actually enjoyed talking to her.
Aw, that's sweet.
Okay. So anyway, the good that I've done for somebody else.
Yes.
So I have a very dear friend who, for some unknown reason, within the last 6 months has lost all of her hair.
Aw.
Very unhealthy, 77 years old. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, but she kind of expressed to me before, that this was happening.
Yeah.
But she sent me pictures of no wig, no makeup, no nothing, and it was shocking to me. And she called me drunk at 1:45 in the morning.
Aw.
And I spent about an hour talking to her. Just listening to her and try to encourage her, which was very frustrating for me, but I felt like that was a good thing. Somebody that I love, but it was a difficult conversation in the middle of the night.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
So the thing that was good done to me or for me was that, do you remember that old Tibetan prayer flag that I had on my patio?
Yeah.
Anyway, that thing is old, tattered, decrepit. Mom loved it.
Yeah.
Even though we had to take it down, and she's been wanting us to buy a new one. I have not bought a new one. I was telling Corrine, my friend across the street, about that, and she just surprised me and bought me a new one.
Oh,
And just left it on my porch.
Oh, wow.
So that's my 3.
Oh, how pretty. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I know the first one was long, but it was such a fabulous, weird story. I wanted to share.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, mine are going to be pretty short. The good for me, I mean, I've been kind of trapped in my house this whole time, so there's not a whole lot of interaction with the world. But and I know that I've shouted out my husband before, but in the last, since the last time we spoke, on the show, he has been 100% taking care of me. And whether it's, early on he was helping me shower, because I was so when you have to live in a compression bra that basically just, I'm wearing one right now, but 24/7, not taking it off except to bathe. And early on, bathing was very scary because I only just a week ago got the last of my drains out. Nasty plastic bulbs that are taking fluids from my body, and little hoses taped all over. It's terrifying, to have to keep everything sterile and whatever. And he's been absolutely amazing in cooking and bringing me things and setting things up. And he's just, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I just, that is the good thing that was done for me, is everything he's done for me in the last month, because he's so good.
He is.
Yeah. And the good thing that I've done, it was kind of, I think I've talked about this before, but a friend who, it's continuing, and I've barely done anything. So, the friend who still works at the IRS and who will buzz me when she's leaving work and can I vent on my way home, and it's sure. And part of it is because I love gossip, and part of it is because she's so fucking frustrated. And and sometimes it's longtime listeners will remember the dipshit Cletus. We've called him so many names. The guy who I thought was my friend for a really, really long time, and then I was informed I was only a coworker, and before long we were not speaking anymore. Well, this friend is on the same team as him as of the last year or so. And the other day when when I answered the phone, first thing out of her mouth, and I'll say Cletus, first thing out of her mouth was, Cletus is a dipshit. And the fact that she used the word dipshit, because that's exactly what I had been calling him, was dipshit.
Yeah,
It's like, oh God. And I won't even go into why, because it's just, him being him. Yeah. And it's just, it kind of made me happy that I had someone who now has personal experience with him. Not in the same way, but, Anyway, so there's that. That is good thing that I did because I'm listening to
it. Yeah.
But good in general. So, I have recently discovered a woman on social media, and, thanks to the all-knowing, all-seeing algorithm that knew to put this woman in front of me. And her name is Karel Irie, but she's also, some of her accounts are like North Omaha Cat Lady, but her main thing is like hashtag getting my fat bitch on.
Fabulous.
She's on all the socials. She's funny and fabulous, and as soon as you see her, when you look her up, you will love her the second you see her. But I want you to listen to just a few seconds of her talking, because God damn it, this is just gonna be like the beginning of a clip. It will make you laugh so goddamn hard. Now I got.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Okay. Oh damn it! I clicked on the wrong person. Turn on the thing and let me back it. Let me back it back up to the beginning. All right, here she goes.
And sit here, going, that bitch on. Just when you think the administration can't get any more tone deaf or obtuse, they say, "Hold my beer," and then they do something like this. So after Pope Francis passed, there was an AI picture of Dingle Dongle McBongle Fungle, the fetid bag of walrus pus, dressed as the Pope, that was circulating around. And in their infinite idiocy, the White House put it out on their official website. So now this has happened, okay? And this is on his official campaign website.
Oh, okay, that's just, I'm going to stop there. So it was an AI generated video that was Trump in the Pope mobile and all this shit. Anyway, but Dingle Dongle McBongle Fungle or whatever the fuck.
I love that.
And I'm gonna now that she's paused, I'm gonna back it up to the beginning so you can see her better. I want you to see her. God damn it! Can you see her?
Oh yes, I can.
Doesn't she look?
Yes.
Like a drag queen of the Austin Baptist women variety?
Yes.
She's witchy and silly and ridiculous, and I love her.
Oh, that's fabulous! I'm totally gonna look.
Karel Irie. That's CAERHL IREY. But you can look for hashtag getting my fat bitch on, or North Omaha Cat Lady. You can find her everywhere.
And she's fabulous.
She is everything. She is so.
And I am living for her hair.
Everything. Her glasses, her hair, her 10 million necklaces that she wears, and her colorful, probably caftans. I've only seen her from like the tits up, but I'm sure it's a full-on caftan. She's so fucking glamorous. She is.
I'm
goals.
Gonna see if I can talk to my friend that I was just talking about. Now that she has to wear wigs, maybe I could get her a wig with that hairdo.
I totally want to like buy her wigs. Actually, I should go through my wigs. I'm sure I have a wig that I could just give her. I mean, not my favorite wig, but I have others. Oh my god. Fabulous. So I guess we're done. This is a long episode, but we haven't done this in a while.
Oh, I know, but there's editing.
Of course. But also so as I said earlier, the next episode will be special. The next episode won't have a Coven meeting because it's going to be special in a way that y'all just will find out.
Have to wait and see.
Yes, we're very excited about it. Basically, the next episode would have been the Frightmare episode, but because of reasons like me having cancer, Or I should say it this way, because I have cancer. Because that's the way you say those things. That, you know, I couldn't go to Frightmare. Oh my God, they just added Patricia Arquette to the Frightmare.
Oh,
God damn it. But that's okay. That's okay.
Next year.
That's okay.
You can go next
It's her
year.
first con ever. She's picking a great one to be her first con. She's going to have so much fun. She'll come again. Anyway, God damn it. All right, so we're back. Woo!
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye, have fun. Fuck Trump. Yes, fuck Trump. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy our show, please take a moment to rate and review us wherever you listen.
If you send us a screenshot of your review, we'll send you a Bitchin' Boutique sticker.
Everyone loves stickers. Please subscribe or add us to your favorites wherever you get your podcasts.
Subscribers get new episodes first and are also more attractive.
Drop us a line anytime at pitneyandamelia@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you.
As long as we keep applying pressure, as long as
I
we
know.
keep doing what we're supposed to do, because the only people who actually have power are us.